You, Jonesy, you've known about maps for, you were with me at the very beginning, the very first training session back in 2006, and I was working with you shortly before that as well. So you know all about not just the three RAGs, the RAGs, you also know about the 9 motivators. So tell us something about, you know, the first three, the relationship ones.
Yeah, well, the first three, defender, friend and star. So if we take defender, typically security orientated, looking, don't like surprises, like routine. So typically that's going to be impacted by any change because actually, as James has mentioned, past orientated, typically like things as they are, not used to change, don't like surprises. Going to be difficult in a disruptive environment to that motivation to be fed, and you're going to have to reassure people. The friend loves a community of people, so you've got to have them in the community. They're the people that are going to gel everybody together, get everybody talking, and they'll be quite good sometimes in a sales environment where they build strong relationships with the clients. And then you've got the star. The star loves to shine, so this person wants to be in the limelight, wants to be, so where would they fit in the organisation? Would they be great as a marketeer for the organisation, shouting about the organisation, be the front person, shining and peacocking? Again, these motivations, when you think about them, you can get wound up by them if they're your lowest, but all of these are important. So they're the top three.
Very good. Thank you very much. That's really good.
Well, the first three, not the top three.
And I think one thing it's implied in what you're saying, but to make it even more explicit, is what we need to understand about that is they are all equal, and we could all at some point or other experience one of them as being our motivator. They're all equal, and furthermore, they've all got upsides. But as with all upsides, you know, strengths. So, for example, we take the defender. A key strength of the defender is, I guess, checking and efficiency. It's things have to be right. So, you know, if you actually had a piece of complicated equipment on which, you know, the security of the whole block of buildings depended, and if you didn't have it done right, the building would blow up in a gas explosion or something, the defender's the kind of person you'd want to check it, because they are a systems kind of person, a process kind of person. So that's that's good.
I've got a good example of that defender and where it plays well in a team. I came across a company that were fined quite heavily because they didn't do police checks. They didn't have a defender in their team who did dot the I's and cross the T's and followed the process.
Dotting the I's, crossing the T's is a great way of putting it.
So, you know, you can see that it really is relevant to have all of these in your team.
Yes. So we've got those 3 motivators, and they are what I'd call feeling state motivators. And of course, feeling state motivators are very, very strong. In terms of the Maslow hierarchy, of course, they're at the bottom, but that doesn't make them bad. It makes them actually very powerful, because our feelings often outweigh our thinking. Our thinking can sometimes be subsidiary to how we feel about things.